Okay, so one of my concerns whenever I go on a talk is that I have to look around and see if there's a sycamore tree. Because I am a close relative of Zacchaeus. And so before I came, I was intended to bring a little stool with me, so just in case that all of you can see me, or at least we can eyes meet eyes. But I don't think there will be a problem, because this one just fit me perfectly. So, good afternoon. First of all, you already know that I am, just a clarification, Sister Emmanuela. Such a long name for a short person. But Emmanuel means God with us. And so my name is Sister Emmanuela, and I am a sister of the Holy Family of Nazareth. There is a difference between Holy Family and Holy Family of Nazareth. So we are Holy Family of Nazareth. And first of all, I would like to express my deepest gratitude to you, Serrans, for giving me the opportunity to share about women vocations in the local area. Also, I would like to thank all of you for your constant prayers, sacrifices, all the efforts that you do to support, to foster, and encourage vocations in the church. As St. John Paul II said, Serrans, you are the lay vocation arm of the Catholic Church. And this quote reminded me of the story from the Bible that is recorded in the book of Exodus. Moses ordered Joshua to go into a battle to claim the land of Israel. At the same time, Moses went up on the mountain, raised his hand, and prayed. And as long as Moses raised his hand, Joshua was winning. But whenever he lowered his hand, Joshua was losing. But Moses' hand got tired, so they got a stone and set it under him. Two people went up on the mountain and held out his hands, one on each side. And guess what? In the end, God heard the prayers of Moses, and Moses accepted the support of his friends. So Joshua won the battle. In religious life, there are times when we can feel defeated by our own struggles and challenges. Yet God always sends us help. And so you, Serrans, are the ones who help us to continue by raising your hands with ours and raising your hearts in prayer for vocations. And so for this, once again, on behalf of the sisters of the Holy Family of Nazareth, we are grateful for all that you have done and will do. We offer you our prayers and gratitude. Since I became National Director of Vocations for the Sisters of the Holy Family of Nazareth in 2017, I have been blessed with a full calendar each day. Along with the vocation team, we travel to retreat and conferences nationwide, serving the young women that we encounter. The goal of our vocation ministry is not just to bring vocations to community, but first and foremost, the goal is to help young women build a relationship with Jesus through growing in a life of prayer. Being a vocation director allows me to offer young women a listening heart and a guiding hand, always leading them to Christ. I firmly believe that it is in their relationship with Christ, a one-to-one conversation with Christ, terminology coined by Bishop Fulton Sheen in his book, The Treasure in the Clay, that these people will be able to determine which thoughts, feelings, and desire in their hearts are of God and which are not. And eventually, they are able to make the generous response to God. A vocation is all about love, and love is all about making gift of oneself. And so as I stand before all of you this afternoon, speaking from my standpoint as a National Vocation Director for my religious community, I firmly believe that we do have future here in the United States. I am happy to share with you the fruit which God has blessed my community. 85 women have entered into a discipleship, focused relationship with us in the past 5 years. I have been meeting with each of these women on a monthly basis with an emphasis on helping them to grow as a disciple of Jesus Christ. With some, it is for spiritual accompaniment, some are entering general discernment, and some are in the process of discerning a specific vocation to Nazareth. Throughout all these steps, we are always and always conscious that the one who is at the center of it all is Jesus, who invites each of us to respond daily to his call to follow him. A few of the women have discerned out of the process for various reasons, but they still stay in touch. Thus, we continue to assist these women on their journey of faith and help them build a stronger relationship with Christ. We believe that by investing our time and energy in this way, we help them strengthen their faith and prepare them to have faith-filled families in the future. And as I journey with these young women in the discernment, it seems to me very clearly that there are a lot of young people today who want to make a difference in the world, but they may not realize that religious life is also a way to do that. And so this is the part where we as religious women need your help. Vocations are nurtured among family members. The consequence of and witness to prayer in action. Your living faith is very essential. Families are the first school of love. It is in the family that Christian values are taught and lived, so that an ultimate choice of commitment to marriage, single, or consecrated life can be made. Also, I would really encourage and invite you, when you see a young woman or a young man, and you see the spark in their eyes, don't be afraid to ask, have you ever thought of being a sister? Have you ever thought of being a priest? I know that before already mentioned that, this is like the priest, invite and offer the invite. But I think it will be also good for all of us to make that invite as well. And so we must keep inviting. Sometimes it just takes a little seed to start a man, a woman dreaming and fantasizing in their head in the best ways about what could my future be. God has a dream for all of us, so let us work together to make this come true. I often tell the young women that I work with, if you get married without discerning your vocation, there will always be this curiosity that will bother you for the rest of your life. Because sometimes I came across women saying that I want to be a sister, but I never have a chance. Or what if I'm a sister, so there will always be that curiosity, and I bet you there will be always that talk in your heart, what if, right? And so he who has given you plenty of chances is now only asking for that one chance. And so I told the women, take courage, just take courage. Dare to embark on this wondrous journey with God. Do not hesitate to give him your all, and throughout all the joys and challenges, seek God alone, for he alone satisfies every true and good desires of our hearts. With nearly 25 years of service as a sister of the Holy Family of Nazareth, As I reflect on my own call, my religious vocation was not something dramatic that transformed me overnight, but one that gradually took shape as I became more and more convinced of God's often hidden work in my life. As it is written in Vita Consagrata, number 19, it is the Spirit who awakens the desire to respond fully. It is He who guides the growth of this desire. It is He who shapes and molds the heart of those who are called, configuring them to Christ, the chaste, the poor, the obedient one, and prompting them to make His mission their own. My heart now sings Amazing Grace, and I am more certain of God's personal love for me. And so I would like to send this little passage to you for help us, that whenever you encounter the young women, perhaps you can tell them this, that they might be confused, they may be uncertain, they may be afraid and not sure of what to do with the yearning in their hearts. Just know that someone out there, if you're in Texas, Emmanuela is out there, always want to hear their story and sift through it with them. And together, we can listen for the voice of the Lord, and they are not alone, and they don't have to discern alone. Thank you. Yes, do you have any questions?
Sister, do most of your candidates come right out of high school, or must they have college before they join?
At the moment, for my religious community, we accept college students. The problem is that because of the maturity, but also because of the debt that come with them, I think religious men and women, the debt is always the issues.
How older would a woman be before you would say no more?
33.
I've got an 87-year-old kid.
You know, we will welcome her. She will be the modern general immediately. We put her into that role.
I know that the sisters have always been in education or nursing. Is that still the trend with the Holy Sisters family?
You know, this is something that is very beautiful to us, Holy Family of Nazareth, and I think this is one of the reasons that I entered Holy Family of Nazareth. Our mother foundress, she has this vision, and she said that God gave each one of us a very unique gift. And if we narrow that into something that kind of like box them, put them in a box, then the gifts would be, waste. And so therefore, we utilize on the gifts of individual to do that for the good of the church. So you will see our Holy Family of Nazareth doing everything, from school, parish, hospital, everything from, prison ministry as well.
Let's give it Sister Emmanuela.